Hello. Okay, guys, welcome to the stream. Cat 2 game today. Wayne Connor versus John Hughes. It's just myself on the commentary, so if anybody wants to join me, please come down to Plaza and jump in with me. Um, it's the first to 11. Just going to lag off now for the first break. Okay, so it looks like Wayne's won the lag. Okay, so it's first to 11. They're going to have a break after 10 frames. Looking forward to this one. These two played in the last Cat 2 competition. I think Wayne won that one. I don't know the exact score. Um, Obviously, looking forward to it. It's two contrasting styles. Wayne's quite attacking, quite quick around the table. John probably a little bit more methodical. Both really, really good players and could easily be in the Cat 1. Evening, Jack. Just let me know if you can hear me on the mic okay, because I've just literally put this one on. But I'm just making sure I'm using the right one out of the two that I've got to choose from. So Wayne's made a. Oh, in fact, was it? Might have been John that broke, actually. Yeah, I think it was John that broke. Yeah, it's great. Thanks, Jack. Hi, Craig. You okay, mate? So Wayne missed the first ball then. Good chance here to John. I think he can pretty much choose any colour set he likes. Without looking at the bottom there, I think yellows would probably be my preference. Probably a little bit less trouble on yellows, but he is going reds. Bit surprised about that because those two reds at the top obviously don't look great. Probably needs to play a split on those at some point. They may plant, in which case he can sort of get quite close behind them and just play the plant and leave himself on the other one. A couple of shots time, we'll see whether that's the case or not, or whether he does try to screw into them off the one that's closest to the bag. He needs to negotiate these couple down here first. He'll probably leave these two at the on the left hand side. I think that tells you he just dropped that in to try and screw into them now. I don't think he's gone too far. I think he's okay. Let's have a look from the top down, see if we can see. Oh, it's close. Yeah, I think he might have to reroute here. Might have to take the one into the middle and just try and hold on the other one. He hasn't played a very good shot there, to be perfectly honest. I think he'd be a bit disappointed if he isn't on this ball. Yeah, I'm not loving this now. They must plant because he's played that just to drop it in and land on the plant. He may come off the side rail here and plant them off the cushion. Expecting a few on the stream tonight. Like I say, if anybody's about, anyone near Plaza wants to come down and give me a hand on the mic, you're more than welcome. It's tough when it's a lone gig here in this dark room on my own. Yeah, they did plant. He's not quite hit hard enough. Good chance gone begging there, really, for John. I think he just played a bit of a poor shot not to be on that one. Not sure if he's left weighing the one into the middle here. If he has, he'll be taking it on. I think other than that, I think yellows are all good. I think it's just his first starter ball. It's a tough one for you. Your sort of first shot-ish, really. Yeah, he's played a good pot. Yeah, got a good chance now. We'll see if he gets through these now and gets the first frame on the board. I think I usually say with these games, getting that first frame is massive. So I think they'll both be looking to get that as early as possible. We've just gone a bit awkward there. I think he may just have to take his medicine here and just play the one on the blue spot. Yeah. Yeah. Surprised he's taken into that corner. Oh, it's a good pot though. I think he's okay there. Still got a couple of shots to play in now the way he's gone about. He might take the one into the top now, run through sort of an inch, and take the one into the middle next. I think that's definitely the way to go. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Just got to cue through this one. Yeah, he's cued that well. He cues those balls well, those kind of pots. He just needs to make sure now that he's above the potting angle onto the yellow. So I think if you just drop it in, so the dead weight, maybe run up the table just quarter of an inch, he should be perfect just to pot the one next to the black and screw to the side. Yeah, that's exactly what he's done. Just screw into the side cushion now. You don't want to be straight on that though because the black's not great. You need to have a bit of an angle so you can come back out. Yeah, it was a bit of a tweaky one, that one, but he got it. Just needs to make sure he gets through this now and gets it high enough up. Yeah, that was the danger. He didn't give himself enough angle there. He didn't really pot the one before clean into the pocket. And I think that meant that he just got a bit of a weird angle on it. If he pots it clean, he's probably a bit higher and a bit further off the cushion. He'll be disappointed. I think they'll both be disappointed so far with the first frame. They both had a chance. Both had a good chance. But this now for John is really good chance. It's always a better chance when there's no traffic on the table, when the other person's missed sort of their last ball or the last couple of balls and there's no traffic. The yellow's gone to the side rail, takes the pressure off a bit as well. So I fully expect John to get these. He needs to screw up here though. You want to be on the one on the middle of the top cushion. Yeah, he's played that well. Didn't want to be on the cushion, but I think he'll be okay. Not a massive amount of pressure on this pot. I think if there's a ball over the bottom bag here, this one becomes a lot harder. But as it is, I can't really see John missing this. I think if you drop them at the right weight as well, the pockets do tend to take them. Yeah, he's played it well. Just screw down now, just onto the side rail with a little bit of right hand side. Yeah, for the black into the bottom left hand bag, and I think that'll be 1-0 to John. Didn't really get into it, but he's okay. The only thing with this now is if you be going into the yellow when he pots this, so if he doesn't get the pot, he moves the yellow off the cushion. He wouldn't have really wanted that, but he would expect and fully expect to get this. Oh, he screwed it in a little bit. It might be an off here. Oh, John, that was didn't really need to screw it. Just I think there you just got to play that confidently. You know you're going to go into the yellow. I think he's done that trying to avoid the yellow. I think just get down, pot the ball. It's frame ball. You know, use the yellow as a bit of a blocker for the white. You know, a bit of a gift potentially for Wayne this, and if he can pot this one. Yeah, a bit of a gift that first frame. Okay, 1-0 to Wayne. I think that will have settled some of his nerves. I just think now that, you know, for John, just needs to get that frame on the board. They both had a couple of chances there, so neither of them will be feeling great. But I know Wayne will definitely be feeling better. Okay, so it's Wayne to break. I got the breakers wrong before, so it's Wayne to break. Is it that pool gods now where it goes in and you get an 8 ball because you shouldn't be 1-0 up? Is that what happens here? Let's see. Probably lucky not to go in off, but I think he's found no home for any balls there. Just a quick glance at the table. I think ideally you'd want to be reds, but there's no red starter, so yellows are equally as good. He's just got to manoeuvre that one on the right hand side cushion. That's his only real bad ball. I think for me, I would be looking to sort of clear out a bit of the mess around it and then potentially doubling that back into the big bag into the middle, just because it's hard to get good on it. But I suppose a lot will depend on the angles that he gets to see where he can get to with that. Evening, Rob. Yeah, I think you want to be sort of attacking that ball as quickly as possible. You certainly don't want to be leaving it till your last ball and be reliant on getting good on it because it's such a difficult ball to get on. I don't think it goes off the red in the middle as well. I think the red's just slightly too far up. Yep, all good. Thanks, Rob. Hope you're well, mate. No, I think the red's slightly too far up, Craig. I'll have a quick look on the top-down camera, but I think it's just past the bag. It's close. It's close. It's close, but I don't think he'll be looking to play that anyway. I think there's enough balls around this to either get better on it or to move it or even play that double. I might be tempted here to pot the yellow off the red, move it out the way just to give him more room to get on it. Pot the yellow that's just above the black off the red. He's still going to be on the one into the other middle. I can't really see what angle he's got. It's a bit deceiving on this camera sometimes. But Craig, if your shot's on, this is the point now to be playing it. Yeah, he's played that shot. I think that makes sense to me. He's always going to be on one of those two yellows, and just moving that red away from that bag, it feels like you've got more room now to land into for that yellow. You can now probably leave that till your last ball. The critical shot here is probably in a couple time when you sort of pot your second last yellow and you're looking to get onto this one down the cushion. I think he's played on it there, but he's not great. He's not on really anything. He's got to play the one down the rail now. I mean, the only advantage is Wayne's got a couple of balls down there, so if he doesn't go, you sort of feel like keeps you in the frame if he doesn't go in. I don't know if he can pot this one and hold it for the one in the yellow, or he's got to come through the gap for the yellows into either the other middle or the other corner. Can't you see? Oh, it's wide. It's wide. Okay, so I think what Wayne should be looking for now is getting a ball and then looking to do some kind of turnover shot, pop the red over the bottom bag and leave the white down this end. Trying to look at probably the best way of doing that. I mean, to be fair, I don't mind the potting a couple of balls here and playing the skilly. Oof, I don't love that. I think he's going all out here. I mean, the skill is so easy because the ball's so far over the bag. I think if he pots this now and then takes the one bottom left and screws up and pots the one below the black with using the skill shot, I think these are definitely on. This is the main shot in this frame, I think. Yeah, he's played a good one there. He just needs to make sure now that he's straightish on this next ball. That is 100% the way he should be going. Whether he goes that way or not is another matter, but that's 100% where it should be going. Just don't want to de-accelerate on this one. No, he's played it well. You could sort of play this in a way now where you run the white through and you don't leave a pop potential on either of them. But I think you'll just go all out to just stun it in. Yeah, it's played a good shot there. I think it was quite easy because it was really over the bag, but you've still got to hit them clean. If you hit it either side that red, it doesn't go. He's still got to hit it clean. Probably played it too well. Yeah, see, he's gone a bit too high on this one now. I think again, just target the ball, drop it in dead weight, and you sort of come through the gap between the black and yellow. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, he finished those well. Again, I think John will be a bit disappointed there. He's had a couple of chances in those first two frames. He'll be disappointed that he's not as a minimum 1-1. And I say it in a lot of these matches. You need that frame on the board. It's just not a nice place to be out there until you've got one on the board. It's not always a great place when you've got one on the board, but until you've got that one, you certainly won't have settled. John probably needs a bit of a scrappy frame now to sort of just get himself back in the match. Certainly doesn't want to dry break like they both had so far and give Wayne another chance at them. Evening, Wardy. Hope you're well, mate. Seeing that you put yourself down commentating on my game. Just love that. That's a massive break. Could be try again here, you know. Don't care what anybody says. This table is a tough breaking table. I don't care what anybody says. You know, he's hit them probably not far off as well as he could have done, but you know, he's hit them well, and just never even looked like he was going to get a ball. To be perfectly honest, big first shot here for Wayne. I was just going to say cued it well, but he didn't. Okay, so John gets another good chance here. I assume that red goes past the yellow down the bottom, but it doesn't particularly look like it does. So maybe Wayne was just getting a colour set there. Looks tight. We'll go though off the knuckle if you drop it in dead weight. I think reds are definitely the better set here. So John will be happy that he's not yellows. Maybe nudge into the black here if the black doesn't go. No. Not in love with that shot. It depends if that black goes past the yellow. If it doesn't go past the yellow, I think I'm just nudging into it there just to open it up. I mean, this red must be tight past this yellow. I sort of wouldn't want to be this far away from it and queuing over balls. Yeah, if it is tight, you want to be as close as possible and right behind it. In a straight line. Just going to say I don't fancy him for that. Just feel like everything went against him there. I mean, Wayne now is absolutely going to want to try and punish John here because, like I say, at the moment, he just doesn't look like he's settled. I think he'll be looking at some point to play the yellow off the red into the top bag to open those other yellows up. Not really sure exactly where he does that, but I think for now I'd be coming down and removing the one off the side rail next. Probably a bit straight on that. Yeah, I don't know how far he can get back up here. Maybe sort of towards the middle bag. Gives him a decent shot for his next ball. Yeah, that's the danger you see when you're hitting them in that hard. On these Supreme tables, you know, you don't really want to be slamming balls down the rail. They go if you hit them as well as you can, but a lot of the time, you know, you want to just be stroking those balls in. Maybe, you know, using the angles more than the screw shots. Just floating the balls in down the rail and using natural angles to maneuver the white about. Again, I think that the benefit for Wayne is it stayed over the bag. I'm not too sure if those two reds go. John's not played a great shot there again, though. I think Wayne will be potting the one over the bottom left-hand corner, not the one that's right over the bag, and then playing that shot that I said earlier, yellow off red, and you can literally just run it through 2 inches, and I think it opens the whole frame up. Evening, Russ. Good to have you on, mate. I think Wayne just doesn't need to second guess himself here. There's an option to play the plant, the one that he's looking at now, and come across and maybe nudge into them. Yeah, he's played a good shot, but he's made a bit of a mess now. I think the yellow may go in the middle. I just think he's making a bit of a mess of them. Where before, I think they all went to a degree. You could play the yellow off the red, and then everything open the whole frame up. Now he's got to play a tricky shot into the middle. Then he's going to be potting one and trying to move one. You know, I think he's going to play the turnover shot here. Just you've got a disadvantage on balls. You know, number of balls. Then you've got a couple of decent balls down the bottom, but you're not guaranteed of where this one goes. Yeah. I mean, John's just gonna if he can use that red now to pot the yellow, that's all he's gonna do and just take control of the frame. The one that's over the bottom right hand corner. Maybe he can't do it because I feel like if he could, he probably would have played the shot already. Suddenly become quite a big frame in a way. You know, only a couple in, but it does feel quite big, this one. You know, the longer Wayne can keep John on 0, the better. You know, the fact that he's gone a bit scrappy now probably suits John. He's played a poor shot again there, though. I think it will definitely play a part. I think that shot clock, but it is 45 seconds, so it's not as though because John will be used to playing on a minute clock. He's played a lot of interleague pool, he's played a lot of county pool. Down Great Yarmouth, all time matches. So I think he'll be used to playing on that minute. Whether the 45 seconds is that much of a game changer, I don't know. Because I think if you look at John's natural game, you wouldn't say that he's a 45-second a man shot, where you probably would for Wayne. But what that doesn't mean that he's not going to be able to play on that 45 seconds, because I'm sure he can. I mean, Wayne's got to pump this one now and get the yellow to go over to the other side of the table. Yeah, he's played that well. He's been a bit unlucky. I think he can just drop this in and play the double. It's not ideal. You really don't want to be queuing over these balls, and the reds are pretty horrendous as well. So you sort of feel like you get a bit of a free go at this. If you can leave it over the hole, you always sort of feel like you're going to be coming back at some point. Yeah, I'm not sure he's far enough there. I'm not sure the double's on. He's going to have to absolutely smash this one to straighten it up off the cushion. It may not even go. But he's going to have to play because it's the only real shot that he's got. Yeah, he's got the double kiss. He's had a half of a result there. The fact that the red's gone in an okay position for him, and these reds are just horrendous. I mean, John's going to be trying to play the red on the top cushion, the one that's the little group of three, and just leave Wayne tucked in behind that. Gives him a chance to open a couple of the balls up as well, maybe. Just got to be careful he doesn't double kiss back out here. Yeah, he's played it well. I think they probably do plant, to be fair. Wayne's going to have to jack up here, just before the middle bag with a little bit of right hand side, probably getting close to the black. He'll just be desperate to hit it. No. Okay, so John's got a couple of options now. He can either play the same shot, dink Wayne back in, open those three balls up and go next go, or you could use the two balls at the bottom and play it off the red at the top, opening the whole frame up. The only danger is that those two balls that are together at the top, the right hand one of them might go back onto that one on the top rail, right in the middle of the top rail. So I don't think John's going to be too expansive here with the shot that he plays. What he does need to be careful of is if he plays the snooker again, Wayne's already had a go at this, so he'll be a bit better next time. Yeah, so he is playing the shot that I talked about. You can play it in a way where you sort of just stun the white to the right and don't leave the pot on the black. Or you may go all out and just run it through and just put all his eggs in this massive basket he's got. Yeah. See how that red went across the table onto that other red? If he did that a bit slower, it would have stopped dead on that. I think he's hit it hard enough now that it's gone okay. I wouldn't say ideal because there's still work to do in this frame. Is he playing the snooker? Or is he playing the plant? Might be playing the plant. Big shot, this one. Yeah, I just didn't like it. Just didn't like that shot at all. I would have preferred him there to just nudge that ball over the hole and just leave him tucked up behind and go next go. Put that one over the hole and then use that to plant onto next go. I just didn't think that the plant was guaranteed. And if it's not guaranteed and you're going to lead the black, you shouldn't be playing it. Because you can't really control those plants as much as you can just potting a ball. You can guarantee that you're going to pot that ball if you'd just gone for pot the one over the hole. But obviously the plant, if it wasn't guaranteed to go in, then it wasn't the shot to play. Another bit of a gift there for Wayne. I mean, he'll feel a little bit unlucky that he didn't get them when he went for them before he landed, just a little bit awkward. But even still, once you got 5 balls against the black or 6 balls that John had there against the black, John will never be expecting to lose that frame here. Unless Wayne does something special. Another dry break. Wayne really didn't hit those very well. I can't blame the table for the breaking there. He just didn't really get through them. You have to play safety wardy when you're as poor as Potter as I am, so that's the way it is, mate. Age is catching up with me massively, and these eyes are getting worse and worse by the minute, not even by the day. Yep, 9-0. Hope you're well, mate. Some good commentary yesterday, mate. Well done. Good game to commentate on as well. Well done for staying impartial because I know that you've got a bit of an affection for John. Obviously played with you for quite a while, good mate. So it's always tough sometimes. Um, 11-7 to Wayne. Thank you for the first prediction. You've reminded me on there to sort of call that out on the stream. What are people's thoughts on this game? I know it's 3-0 at the moment. What do people think from the scores perspective? If you can post those in the chat, we'll come back and there might be a prize for the one that's the closest. There probably isn't, but if I say that, a couple of people might put some scores in there. Yeah, he's taken a set there, and I think Reds are obviously the better set, but he's played a poor shot for John there. I think he's gonna have to play cushion first and pot the red over the top bag. It is missable though because you'll be trying to not go too thin and miss the ball. Oh, not loving him looking down this end of the table, to be honest. I don't love this shot. In fact, I'm not even sure what he's doing, to be honest. Oh no, John. John. Okay. So I mean, the Wayne, the yellows aren't easy. He's got the difficult one at the top. That's up by the red that's over the hole. But Wayne will feel comfortable here to have a go at these with a bit of impunity. With a 3-0 lead. Wouldn't surprise me at all if Wayne doesn't get these. I mean, he needs to play a shot at some point. Yeah, he's played the gap there. Just needs to stun this now. Probably onto the black. If you screw this back now onto the black, gives you the natural angle to run up towards that yellow. And also, if you nudge the black up a couple of inches, it allows the black to go into that bottom left-hand corner. It opens another bag for that as well. Yeah, he didn't quite get through that one. I think he would have definitely wanted to be a little bit straighter on this, so he could probably run through. I think he's just running slightly away from the yellow now. So much so that he's not even going to play that ball. Oh, he's got the double. He's got the double. He might have been lucky there. Yeah, I think you're right, Paul. He definitely needs a frame, and I think Wayne might have found either the gap or he's definitely got a chance of the double. I think if you're going for the frame here, you have to play the double. It's the only way that you get out. No, bad news there. Not only missing the double, but also going at the yellow going over towards the red. Again, sort of gives John a free go at these now, and you feel like John must get these. If he's got really any aspirations of getting into the break around levelish, you feel like he has to get these now. You don't want to be giving Wayne a 4-0 head start. All eggs in baskets here. He's going to take the one over the hole straight away. He doesn't want to catch it too thick. Oh, he's played that well. Played that well. Just a trace of side there, just to widen the angle away from that cushion, and gives him a chance now to clear these last few balls up. You'd expect John to get these. But nothing's easy out there. I've never missed a ball from in here, but I know out there it's not that easy. Let's see if I can call some of the games that we've got coming up out. Okay, let me find the games that we've got. Couple of roll-ins here for John now. I want to give him the commentator's case, but Really can't see him missing these last couple of balls now. So we've got this game that's on now. So Hughes Connor. We then have Jared Griffiths and Alex Bailey playing on the 13th of September at 3 o'clock. So that's a Cat 1 game. We then have probably the tie of the round. Lee Hammersley, Ryan Cope on the 13th of September at 6 o'clock. And then the final game of the session, which will be myself and Ryan DeMarco on the 14th September at 2 o'clock. So 4 games left now, which will conclude the Cat 1 and the Cat 2. Quite a lot of the games have been played. Now, hopefully you've tuned into a few of those games. Been some really, really good games that have gone on. Quite a lot of 11-10s this time, which is always good because it sort of takes you down to the last frame and gives you guys a bit of viewing additional time. But on top of that, it also, becomes a little bit tweaky for people, and it's always good to watch those games. I think John was desperate for that frame there to get it on the board. So 3-1 then now. Still not seeing any predictions in the chat, guys, so if you can drop me some predictions in there, that'd be great. Okay, here we go. Oh, I was just going to say massive break, but it is a massive break, but there's... Oh, look at them Reds. I think I could get these with 2 shots, definitely. Hi, Skin. Hope you're well, mate. Should come down to Plaza, mate. Get yourself on this commentary with me. Just a shame you know nothing about pool or bowls. Oh, what's Wayne doing? Oh, yeah, he's right. He can do that. I'm shocked that Wayne even knows that rule. This guy's a technophobe where rules are concerned. I think that sometimes these ones are just that easy that you make them difficult. Yeah, he's absolutely perfect here. Just roll this in, run through an inch for the one into the other middle bag. And then literally just roll-ins again. Wayne will be delighted there with that ball jumping off the table. It's not something you see very often either, so... Oh, I think he's just about okay. He hasn't played that great. He sort of wanted to be half an inch back from where he is. You'll see now he'll sort of walk around because he knows he's not played a great shot there. You wanted to be sort of screwing down towards this. He's now screwing away from it. He's got a couple of options. He can just take his medicine here, which is exactly what he's done. I don't like that though, because he's now got his hand queuing over that yellow a little bit. Just makes this pot a little bit more difficult. He should still get it. Oh, no. No, timing completely went then. I don't know why he didn't stun it. Just whole Q action just sort of disintegrated then in that split second. And John's going to be slow punishing him here now, because if John's got any sense here, he'll be making this frame last for about another 5 minutes with about 14 snookers to really get into Wayne's head. He's nearly left that sticking out there. I mean, Wayne may have a little swerve at this now. 11-6 to Wayne. Thanks, Wardy. I mean, if he drops onto this now... Oh, I'm dropping it dead weight there. It's not the end of the world, that. I mean, John will be hoping that he can pot that one in the middle, because if he can't, he's now suddenly got this tricky one along the rail. He's not going to love that for his wages every week, so... Yeah, he's having to loop down here. I think you can possibly play it in a way that you're not going to leave the red on, but the problem then is that you're not going to be great on your next yellow. So if he does pot this, he's got to pot it with a bit of side to make sure he gets over, probably past where the racking line is, or higher. Yeah, he's gone higher. Didn't love it, if I'm honest. I think Wayne now can pop this with a little bit of left hand side, widen the angle, and kiss into that yellow on the bottom rail to leave a shot on the black. Yeah. Oh, he's just about okay. He played it way too hard. You know, he needed to float that in with that bit of side, and obviously that it will mean that the white will naturally be away from the cushion. You know, this pot becomes 5 times more difficult when it's so tight on the cushion. You know, he's de-accelerated on that one before and played a really poor shot and then potted that black. That's pretty much Wayne in a nutshell there. He'll be delighted to have that frame on the board. You know, John will be walking back to his chair there thinking he's missed a golden opportunity there to really, really put the pressure on Wayne. I'm calling it now, break 8 ball here. It can't be anything else other than a break 8 ball. Just the way that frame went. I'm calling it now. Let's see. Yeah, I agree, Neil. I think he just hasn't settled yet. You know, it will happen at some point. The problem is he could be out of the game before it happens. You know, he's had a couple of frames now where he's sort of had 5 and 6 against one. Did he get a ball? Yeah, he got a ball. Yeah, he's had five or six against one now a couple of times, and you really associate John with winning those frames. You know, I always say about John, probably probably one of the best one frame pool players around Stoke, and that's it. That's a massive compliment. You know, it's not a negative saying they can't play longer races because he can, but certainly one frame pool he is right up there. You know, finishes high in the stats probably in the leagues that he enters every year. So doesn't happen by coincidence. That doesn't. Oh, Wayne's played a really poor shot again there. You know, it doesn't happen by accident. Winning 70-80% around Stoke, it's a tough school and it's a tough thing to do, and John does it regularly. He should definitely take an extra few seconds here and just really really concentrate on getting these balls, because it is massively important for him to finish this frame off in one go now. Yeah, he's played a good shot there. His bad ball is the one that's on the right hand side by the yellow. He can play this now and just either float across or just drop it in dead weight to make sure that he can play the one below the black. I think he's looking at the plant, but I don't see any value in playing the plant. I just don't love this plant. I mean, not to say he's not going to get it and be perfect, but I just think you're 4-1 down. It's been a difficult start. I just think pot a few balls, get yourself in the frame, and all of a sudden he's like all eggs in basket. Big plant. Yeah, see, and there's the absolute danger. I just don't understand it. I mean, he still can be okay. He can drop the one into the middle. Just make sure he goes slightly above the straight on the red and screw into it. So I don't think he's out of this frame, but Wayne will be sat in his chair here, rubbing his hands together at the prospect of getting back to the table where these yellows are. You know, especially if John g- goes into that red somehow and sort of leaves him nothing, leaves himself nothing. Hi Rob, hope you well, mate. Just don't get it. Okay, so I'm sort of shocked here at what's going on there. I don't really think that shot was on. I think he's tried to come past it so he can play the one in the middle and go into it. But you've got to be so accurate with that shot. You're coming across the line of where you need to be instead of the other shot. You've got to drop it. You literally just got to drop it in. Wow. I mean, I mean, it depends now what Wayne's mindset's like. If he's got any sense at all, you just play that yellow that's at the top of the table, leave the white on the top rail, and say off you go, John. He's played the snooker, but I don't really love the snooker that way. I think I want him to sort of have to come off the bottom rail, where I think, but come off the bottom rail hard. I think he's just going to drop this off now, just dead weight. Yeah, I think both of you sort of in the chat there. I think John's definitely struggling a little bit. Um, yeah, again, I think the shot clock's also been mentioned again there. So Wayne has a choice now. Do you know what choice I like here? I like white and just nudging the yellow out and leaving the white exactly where the red is now. Don't leave the plant. And I just think you can't really lose the frame. I think this way you can. Yeah, he's played a good shot. He's played a good shot. He's still got one more shot to play in this frame. It's this one now, sort of half queuing over this ball. I think he can pot the one into the middle, the one that's the middle of the three. Yeah, see, he's had a result there, to be honest. He's had a result because if he pots the ball, I mean, he's not going to be there if he pots the ball because the angle's completely different. But if the ball had just dropped in, he'd have probably still been tucked up on that ball, just a little bit more to the left of it. As we Luke. He's just shortened the angle there by missing it thin. John, just hit this, hit it hard, get balls moving, because something needs to happen here. Yeah, it's exactly what he's tried. I think Neil's just said there, body language. It just doesn't seem like he's at it at the moment. Oh, Wayne's overhit that by a mile. I think this happens though, when like one of them's struggling. Oh, I think what? I think he's had a result there. I've got a feeling that he can't see that. I think it's rocked onto it. Yeah. You do find this a lot though when one person starts to struggle, both people start to struggle. It's tough when you're sometimes in these games because you feel a bit sorry for them. Not that Wayne will be feeling too sorry. He'll be hoping it continues, but I think sometimes it's difficult when the other person's not playing very well. Yeah, he's played a good shot there. I mean, Wayne's playing this so quick, and oh, he isn't playing. Although he's just getting it down and hit it. I think you can probably play the yellow. That's the third one up as we're looking, and maybe try and get the snooker. But John's played a good shot there, and he's had a result in the sense that the yellow's come away far enough to make it that big bag down the rail. Wayne may have to go for the pot here if he can't drop it and leave him snookered on both of them. Yeah, do you know what? He's played a good shot there. Yeah, he's played a good shot. Even though it looks like he's tied his ball up there, he's intentionally done that to stop John being able to pot this ball down the rail. Ideally you want him to hit that ball now as well, because now all of a sudden that red becomes a big bag for your ball. Oh, you might be able to see the one over the hole with a bit of side. If he can, that's good. He's okay. Yeah, he's okay. He's okay. Big cross double here, guys, for the money, or I don't think he'll play that, but just play the one that's sort of on the green spot and just lead the white on the right hand side and hopefully use the. Okay, I don't mind that. He's potentially going to give John a chance here if he sort of chops this one in now and comes up by sort of where the pink spot will be on a snooker table. He might give him a bit of a go at the chop, and he's had a bit of a nightmare in the sense that those two yellows have gone dead at the top. I'm just lost for words with that shot. I just don't know what the thought process was there. I know he's got those two balls at the top, but whilst they aren't great, You know, that yellow that he played could have stopped over the middle and he could have just been left in the easiest shot ever. And as it happens, Wayne can now. What I'd be playing now is I'd be playing the loss of turn, the double kiss loss of turn, play the yellow into the cushion into the red, and screw the white behind the other two yellows. Or he could just dink in behind it. Yes, maybe that's the better shot. Look at this. I've gone from being like the most timid player ever to the most attacking player in the world in one shot. But if John hits this ball, Wayne is just in all kinds of trouble. I think he's missing this. No, he's got it. John's been unlucky again there, you know. I mean, Wayne's got a real shot now to play. He can clip off this yellow and go behind you, clip it really thick and go behind the other two yellows. Oh, he's played that so bad. No, he hasn't. He's played it well, actually. I thought the yellow was going to go on the top rail. John's been really unlucky for that red to finish where it has. You know, he'll consider himself really unlucky for that to be there. He's just absolutely dead in this frame now. You know, I think I'm probably just trying to drop it on the one over the hole and leave the black dead. I'm not playing this one. I'm not playing this. Oh, he's hit it way too hard. If he's got the snooker there, that is an amazing shot. But I don't think the snooker was on. Yeah, I just don't think it was ever on. The shot he played, you know, you need to leave that black tied up. You know, just to give Wayne something to do. You know, the shot he played, like I said, I just don't feel like it was ever a shot. Oh, Wayne's it that heavy. Where's he going to be? He's going to be okay. Yeah. Well, Wayne will take solace that he now can't win the break behind. Now can't win the break behind. The best John can be is 5-all. You know, I think Wayne will be looking now to try and win 3 out of the next 5 to get in there at 8-3. 3 out of the next 5 to get in there at 8-3. No, 6 frames gone, sorry. Be looking to go 2 each as a minimum now to go in there 7-3. And 3 frames would be ideal to go in 8-2. I think John just needs to take a moment here to compose himself. You know, I really feel like he went to the toilet there, and I think he should have probably had a hard talking to himself in that toilet. Just, you know, we've all been there where things just don't seem to be going right for you, and it's sometimes difficult to take yourself away from the table and really give yourself a stern word, because he'll be disappointed with how he's played so far. And I don't think either of them will be overjoyed with the way the match has gone. Wayne will be delighted to be 5-1 up. I think they may just be having a quick toilet break, guys. So don't really know what's going on here. Here we go. People are back. John's break now. I think he definitely needs the ball off this break. He would love a break this year. You know, he's had a couple of dry breaks. He's had a break off the table. He's going to hit these with anger. I knew that was going to happen. Yeah, he's made a ball. Reds have gone very good. He's just got the first shot to play really, and then ensuring that you get yourself on that plant. So pot the one, end up on the one on the right hand side, put the one at the top, end up on the one on the right hand side, and then just navigate where you can play that plant. Yeah, he's played that well, played that very well. I did think that was the shot to play, but I didn't know if John was gonna play that because it could have gone wrong. The yellow could have stuck on the red, but I think the way he's feeling at the moment, really, he doesn't care if it sticks on the red. Just needs to drop the one in over the middle bag here, just dead weight. Yeah. And then now it's ultra critical to make sure that you get an angle that you can either run through straight to make sure you're on the one down the bottom left, or an angle where you can run through aiming towards the black, thinking that you're going to be on one of either of the two reds. You don't want to be this side, so the white side of the red. Don't want to be on the cushion either. To be fair, just feel like now before you, if you went on the cushion, you could probably quite easily find the gap here. Now queuing off the cushion, if you don't pot the ball exactly in the middle of the bag, the pace you play it at becomes really prevalent. You could end up in trouble here if he's not careful. Yeah. Oh, he's okay. He's okay. I think he's played a little bit straighter than I thought it was, to be honest. The black's not ideal, so I think he's probably got one more shot to play in this frame. I don't know if the black goes into the middle bag past the yellow. Probably not. So yeah, he's definitely got a shot to play. And this one's really the shot for me because it's all dependent on the angle that you get on this red as to whether it's going to be manageable to get onto the black or not. You need to be screwing up now about 4 inches. Oh, John. Yeah, it's perfect. Okay. Now I think you can just run through. You can either take your medicine, drop it in dead weight, and take the black long. But for me, the way that the match has gone so far, I can't imagine John doing that. I think he'll pot it and try and come through the gap between the yellow and black and take the black into the bottom left-hand corner. If he drops this in and takes the black long, all credit to him, but I don't think I could do that at this stage of the match. Yeah, he's done it. Now then, how are you feeling, John? He is a good single ball potter, John. It goes back to that one frame pool that I talked about earlier, and the fact that he has those big shots in him. No, he's missed that. I had to jinx him there. Sorry, John. Just another frame here that's just got away from him. I just never like playing on that in that top bag. Just the way the match is gone, I think you should have just targeted the gap. And if you don't get on it, you don't get on it. You know, I'd sooner probably not get on it there than miss that pot and make myself feel even worse. You know, he would never have expected to miss that pot. In fairness, oh, Wayne's played a terrible shot. Terrible shot. I'm not even sure what he's played there. I think he's played for the one. I'm not. In fact, I'm not even sure what he's played. I mean, the black's dead, so he's sort of gonna be okay. And he just needs to clip off this yellow now and put the white onto the bottom rail. Clip on off it thin, come off the side rail, put the white in the middle of the bottom rail. It's a bit hard. John's gonna have a poke at this, and I can tell you now, this black is going to be travelling, guys. That's the only thing I know about this shot. I assume he's going to be doubling it to bottom left, but the one thing it's not going to be is short of that bag. And this will hurt. This will hurt because it's a bit similar to a couple of the frames that John's lost. So, if Wayne gets another go at these and gets them, I just feel like the match is just slipping away. It's critical he gets this. Is it in? Oh. Wayne will never have an easier chance to go 6-1 up in a fit race to 11. Top bag now, Wayne. Ugh, don't love this. Just take the one top bag. You can de-accelerate here and not be perfect, or overscrew like he has done. I think the black's over the hole and is good enough, but I just feel like now he's going to have distance. Oh, yeah, he's cued that one in well, to be honest. So 6-1. 6-1. John needs, like I say now, he needs 2 out of these last. No, he needs 2 out of these last 3 frames to really be in this match. You know, it's 7-3. It's tough. You know, he'll be targeting all 3 of them. 6-4. You feel like if John goes in at 6-4 here, he'll feel like he's won that session. You know, and if Wayne doesn't go in anything less than 7-3, he'll feel like he's lost it. Yeah, he's got 3 frames to play now. 2 of them he has the break. He should at worst be going in here at 7-3, and if not, he'll be mortified with himself. 3 frames left then, guys, and then we'll be having a small break, about 10 minutes, and then we'll restart after 10 frames. But there's a bit of time to go in this match yet. Just took a bit off that break there, Wayne. Still not got any balls. Evening, Matt. Hope you're well, mate. John would have loved nothing more than these to be absolute roll-ins, but there's just a little bit of work to do. You sort of fancy him getting them because it's this shot now. He can pot this into the middle, leave himself straight on the other yellow on the top left-hand cushion, and literally run it through for the yellow into the other middle. If that happens in that sequence, this frame is done. The only advantage John has in the frame as well is that those 2 reds that are together by the pink spot don't go anywhere. So it sort of takes a little bit of the pressure off the finish, not knowing that or thinking that maybe it's not going to be your last shot in the frame. Oh, he's played that well. He'll have been thinking there in his head, I'm gonna follow this through now, straighten off the way the match has gone so far. 2 options here now. He can either run this through a couple of inches, take it into the middle, or I think he can pop it back a couple of inches and take the yellow into the right hand top pocket. I think for me, I'm running it through because I want to make sure that I get the bag if I don't get the pot. It's gone through too far. Oh. Okay, so good news, bad news. He's got the pot, didn't go clean. But the bad news is he's just run probably an inch too far, and now the white is at a much sharper angle. Probably going to have to jack down now and screw this one in. It just makes the pot quite a bit harder. He's got his hand in an awkward position. You know, it's just not ideal. I would never expect him to have missed it, but the way the match has gone so far, it'll just feel like it was a missable pot. And even that now, he's sort of on the wrong side of the table here. I think he can probably pot the yellow and land straight enough on the yellow that he can run it through. But if he lands sort of too high, or even worse, too low and snook yourself, it's not going to be ideal. You know, he needs to pick a spot here, commit to it, and just aim for it. He is queuing over a ball as well, so he'll be short on this. Yeah. Not sure how good that is, you know. He could be running towards the yellow. Yeah. See, excuse me. And that when you're jacking up over a ball there, what happens is that you tend to underhit the shot, and that's exactly what John's done there, because you're scared to overhit it, and you end up sort of being short on it, because shorts average, too far is no good. Oh, he's got a pot. He's got a pot. I mean, he'd be delighted because as that wide's going past the yellow, there's a good chance he could sit on it. Massive points in the match again for me here. You know, John just made a bit of a mess those last couple of balls there. Really, it was all to do with the shot when he run through and left himself that awkward angle. We'll be the first to know on this stream whether this is going in or not. So no. Ugh. His left Waney is such a nice go as well. You pot the one that he's closest to, screw down, and then play the snooker using getting those two balls that he's got. You know, if John comes out to the, because you can sort of, I think he's going to play the snooker straight off, just kiss off it and aim for the bottom cushion here. But I don't love that. You know, he's played a good shot. He might have even left the gap. You know, let's have a look. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I didn't like the shot because my way, you're sort of getting that ball that's on the side rail off the rail because that's your worst ball. You can play it straight away, and you're getting closer to the balls at the bottom, so it makes it easier to play the shot where you can make sure that you're getting behind the red that he's closest to. Right, guys, this shot isn't on. I'm not even sure. He's got to really get into this. He's got to arc it massive, like a big swerve shot. Just never the shot. Never the shot. Okay, so a few options for Wayne now. I mean, I'd be looking for the turnover. You may look for the skill shot. Just get the wide, put it by the red that's closest to the yellow spot, and just play the skilly. This is where my shot before now plays a part, because if he hasn't got that ball on the side rail, you feel like these are gone. Okay, so I'm not loving that, to be honest. You want to be either stunning it and leaving the white high so you can come back out. I think I'd play the snooker here now. I think he's digging himself a hole that he doesn't need to dig. Make John win the frame. Don't give him the frame. No, I don't like this. I mean, he may get them, but I just don't love it. I feel like you've put yourself under pressure with this pot now. And you know, it's 6-1 up, maybe you haven't got any pressure, but I feel like there was enough pressure on that pot that he could have missed that. Just come a little bit between there. He probably now has to pot this and run off the side rail, and sort of come to where the red isn't the red that he's going to pot. Come to where that is now. I think he's not straight enough. He might be able to screw off the top rail here. He might be straight enough just to go straight back. Oh, he is. He's played a good shot. Yeah, I think it's looking ominous for John now. You know, there's a couple of shots to play. Well, there's a shot to play in this frame yet. No, it's gone. It's right behind you, Wanty. It's looking very ominous now. You know, 7-1 now. John's break. We are talking about must-win frames now. You know, if John doesn't win this frame now, this match is done, guys. You know, he has to go in 7-3. Has to go in 7-3. And John's capable. John's capable of winning 6 and 7 frames on the trot against anybody. But he doesn't look like he's going to win 6-7 frames. It's not as though Wayne's taking him out of the game. He's played like faultless pool and just taking him out of the game. And John could be playing really well. He just hasn't had a go. John's had, you know, John will know he's had enough chance in this match to be 4 each as a minimum here. And Wayne's done exactly what he needed to do, which is win the frames that he should win. It's absolutely the shot that Wayne should play here. Just say to John, because like I say, John's going to be looking for a pot here. I don't mind putting the red that's closest to the white over the bag here. Put it over the bag because yellows are the prominent set. They're what you want. Put the red over the hole and make him go reds. Yeah, it's the right shot. I mean, he's played it in a way where he's not left him a pot either, but I mean, Wayne will just double the red now off the top rail and just screw the white exactly where John's just left it. Oh, he's left him on the yellow. Wow. Wow. I mean, Wayne's just looking to get that white out so he can play the loss of turn. and then reds are just difficult. It depends how well he plays the lost turn. You don't really want the bag because obviously John's got the one down the rail that he can use for the loss of turn back. But after Wayne plays a shot, there's a chance that the white sneaks in between those yellows and potentially even snookers John. In fact, he's not come up high enough. He should have been looking to get higher there, so he could drop the white through that little gap between the two yellows. Now, just take your medicine, Wayne. Just play the loss of turn. Oh, do you know what? He's played that really well, to be honest. Played a good shot there. Yeah, John's got to be reliant here on the black not going anywhere. I don't think it does, but Wayne's got all his balls down this end, and a little nudge into those reds leaves him on balls. Yellow's just such favourites in this frame. Wayne will definitely be going next go. He'll be playing the 3-ball plant if John leaves him sort of like anywhere from sort of halfway a lot on this side of the table, the right hand side of the table. Yeah, if Wayne can see the plant, if he can't see the plant, he'll be coming off the side rail and targeting the middle one of the three yellows. Because it moved out of the way and then that makes that a 2-ball plant. Yeah, it's played that well. Yellows are there for the taking now. John needs to find something. You really want to be getting a red into the mix down here. Wayne's kept him off the balls to do that. He could clip off this and go behind the red at the top. That's what he'd be looking to do. Yeah, he made a mess of the black, but I don't really think that putting that red in there does John too many favours. I don't overly love that shot from Wayne either, to be honest. I think John now just jacks up, swerves around the one that he's close to, leaves the white at the top, and asks all the questions of Wayne. Yeah. What is this shot? I think he might have played that really well, but I think also, if he gets the black out there, and you don't get the snooker, you're just dead. You've just given the frame away. I think he's played a really good shot. Oh, John has to hit one of these reds now. If he doesn't hit on the reds, he's going to give Wayne ball in hand. He's going to put it in a place where he just screws that black out, and that's another frame gone. He has to hit one of these reds. I don't even know which way he's looking here. You've got to be looking off this bottom rail, one cushion aimed towards those two. What is he doing here? I mean, he's right-handed. Maybe he can't reach it the other way, but he's a tall lad, John is. Come round. Where's he going here? This has got disaster written all over it. I mean, it doesn't look great. It looks like he's been lucky there, but Wayne can just play this 3-ball plant now, and just dink into that red, or play the one into the middle and go into the red. Whatever happens here, you must be targeting. Oh, I don't understand this. Okay. He's got to be getting into that black now. Just go into it. Doesn't matter what happens here. Just make sure you get the plant. Make sure you get into the balls. That's it. Yeah, it's a good shot. You can play the 2-ball plant now. Literally make sure you don't pot them both, because you don't want to pot them both. Come up and then use the one that's still over the hole to get back onto the black for the middle bag. You don't want to pot both here. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. So a couple of ways to play this now. You can either pot it and sort of screw it up, or you can go cushion first. Yeah, he's played that well. He's played it well. He played it with a lot of rights on side. Yeah, 8-1, 8-1. John wants to be anywhere bar where he is now on this pool table. You know, we've had a couple of these games in this King of Hill where one player's gone away, and it's just such a horrible place to be out there when this is happening. You know, it's tough for me to sit here. You know, I like John and watch this happen. You know, I'm good mates with Wayne, but it's tough to see this happening to anybody on the stream. It's not ideal. You know, I just hope sort of John can get this frame now, get it and sort of make a bit of a match of it. Because, like I say, I think if Wayne wins this frame now, it wouldn't even surprise me if John doesn't want to go for the break. I think if I was 8-9-1 down, I think I'd be saying let's just play through. Wayne's try again. To be fair, it's pretty standard, isn't it? That Mike doesn't do a lot anyway. Tells me he works really hard, mate. But I know the truth. We know the truth, mate. These yellows have gone unmissable. But I suppose it's 8-1 down, nothing's unmissable. But and to be fair, he's probably played as bad a shot there as he could have played. He's literally on everything but on nothing very well. You know, black's the ball. The one that's over the middle bag is the one to get down there and sort of play onto that black neck. So he needs to take these two balls out the way, go back up, and then it's the yellow that's just below the red over the middle bag. That's the one where you want to target to be able just to run through to play the black into this bag that he's going to pop this yellow in now. Just needs to find a spot here where he's nice on one of those two balls at the top. Yeah, again, just a little bit awkward again. And this is what happens when things aren't going for you. You just keep landing in these little spots where you're just not ideal. I think you should now be taking the middle one of the three that as we're looking at the table there, and screwing down and taking the yellow that's at the bottom of the table into the right hand middle next. Just whether he's straight enough to play that shot because that's his worst ball really. It goes in a couple of bags, but he'll want to get rid of that one as soon as possible. He might have to take this one over the middle. Okay, so needs to play a shot here. Oh, what's he done? Okay, so might have to take this one long now. He's gone too far there. He's overrun that there by probably a good 6 straight inches. But I think he'll be okay now. He just needs to make sure that he pots the one at the bottom. He just doesn't need to be this side of it or too far the other side. Just need to be straight. If he gets straight, the frame's over. Yeah, that's it. Run this through now a couple of inches. Pot the yellow and black into the same bag. Like I say, he'll be desperate to get this frame on the board, John. Oh, I don't know if he's got bad contact there. I felt like that didn't go through. He's still okay, but it's not ideal. And when you're 8-1 down, you want things to be ideal. Yeah, he's played a good shot there. He'll be happy to have made that finish there. John will. Just keeps him in the game. He'll feel like he can still come back from here. Okay, guys, we're going to take a 10-minute break. We'll be back at approximately 5 to 8, probably marginally just before that. So if you come back just before that, we'll see you then. Okay, speak to you soon, guys. Okay, guys, welcome back. They're just about to rack the balls up, and then we'll make a start for the second session. Potential 11 frames to be played. John will want to see all of them. Wayne will want to see a few. So let's see how this second half goes. Sometimes these games are a game of two halves, so John will be ultra wanting to get off to a fast start here and sort of start closing this gap in the match. I didn't really get a chance to speak to John so much. I know he went and got a drink and sort of had a bit of a sit down. Just spoke to Wayne. I think he sort of feels similar to probably the way John will feel. None of them feel like they played too great at the moment. But obviously Wayne's happy with the score, because who wouldn't be? Okay, so let's see how we go with this second half. Looking forward to this. Like I say, it'd be interesting to see if John can sort of get a few frames on the board, sort of start getting some pressure on Wayne. But it's a tough ask from here. Yeah, he's got a ball, he's got a starter. What do the balls look like? Okay, so probably yellows are the balls. He's got a starter into the middle. He just needs to maneuver away now of getting onto the next ball, and then he'll sort of feel like he'll have a chance of getting these. Really, I think you want to pop the one in the middle and sort of screw onto the red. That's sort of closest to where the yellow spot will be. That's sort of what the line that he's looking at. And he'll be desperate just to pot the ball here, make sure he gets on this set, because yellows are so much better than reds. Not ideal again. Probably has to take the one along the top rail now. That's his bad ball. He has nudged those reds a bit closer to the yellows, and that does make those two yellows at the top now a little bit more difficult. Because I don't think he can pot this and hold for that yellow at the top. He's going to have to come down and sort of clear the way down here and then go back up, which is not really... he's tried to land on that ball there, and he's sort of done himself a bit of a disservice. He's missed the pot there thick, trying to hold it, so it looks like it's a worse miss than it actually is. I mean, Wayne now must play the loss of turn. He's got to play the red, pot the yellow over the top. He's got two options then. He can either run the white right the way down to the bottom of the table, or just leave it on the ball line over on the right-hand side. The only shot it leaves John then is the reverse turnover. Yeah, he's played that shot. Yeah, he's played it well, because he also hasn't put the ball directly over the bag, so it makes this turnover shot ever such more difficult. So much so that John may not even play it. Depends what kind of angle he's got on the one at the bottom. If he's straight, he may have to play the turnover. If he's not straight, he may pop the one over the bottom bag. No, I think he's going to play the turnover. Wayne's played a good shot there. He's played it really well. And if John... He might clip off the yellow and try and use the white to pot it and put the yellow onto the red. I think that's also an option for him. Oh, he's played the double. Okay, so didn't really see that shot. I think Wayne's got a real chance now. He can pot the one in the middle, screw between the two yellows that he's sort of closest to, and land on the other red in the other middle. Oh no, he's not. Yeah, didn't like that shot he played. He had to jack up there and just drop it through the gap. Awkward now. Not really got too much option here. Just trying to look, see if I can see any shots. I can't really see too much at the moment. May have to play the loss of turn here and potentially try and drop the white in between the reds and get the snooker. He hasn't really got much option. He really didn't play a very good shot there. Played that possibly too well. Right, the shot I'm playing now, I'm playing the white onto the red that he's closest to, and just push that yellow past the middle bag onto the side rail. Potentially then you leave John no shot. You just got to make sure that the yellow goes past the middle. Not brilliant that. Like I say, he played the right shot. He just didn't play it very well. You know, catching a knuckle is the absolute worst case scenario there. You know, coming down the table even further than what you expect is fine. Just don't catch a knuckle. If he hasn't left John on this one straight, John's not in trouble, but he's potentially got a bit of work to do here. But if he leaves him straight on it, he just pot it and stun it dead, and then these yellows have just gone. Oh, he's gonna have to come off the cushion. You still fancy him getting closer with this one. Oh no, he's at that way too hard. Okay, so let's see if that ball now goes past the yellow in the middle. I think it does. Yeah, it does. I think Wayne just has to pot the one at the top, take a bit of your medicine, a little bit of right hand side. Oh, he's on the one in the middle. Wow, he's got a right chance here again. I don't know if that yellow. I don't know if that red didn't go and Wayne was just playing to cover the yellow because he didn't really play it with any conviction, or whether he just didn't pot the ball. You know, it just felt like I didn't feel like it went, and then all of a sudden he was downplaying it. Yeah, John's played that well. You've got to take the one at the bottom here next. His last ball is the one next to the two reds, so just drop this one in with a little bit of left hand side, straighten it up. Make sure you leave yourself straight on the one in the middle. You don't want to be running away from it. Oh, John, it's just about okay. If that goes another roll, he's not in trouble, but he's bordering on being in trouble. You know, the further it comes to the left hand side here, the more chance you've got of being in trouble. But I think he's straight enough on this. Oh yeah, he's plenty straight enough. Okay, so 8-3, Wayne's break, big break to come. Wayne was just talking about so far he hasn't potted a ball off the break, and I think he might have potted one. So it's absolutely critical for John. He's okay. He's okay. He's not ideal, but he's okay. Just queuing over now. Just goes from being unmissable to missable. But I'm confident he's going to get this. Yeah, good shot. Okay, so not big frame, but Wayne will be looking to, you know, sort of play these little best of threes now and hoping to win at least one out of all those best of threes and takes him home. You know, and a lot of the time he's gonna be relying on the break that he's got now to pot a ball and you know look to close out the frame early on. Doesn't really want it to go too tactical and too long. I think they'll be looking to run over that line rather than just falling over it. Okay, here we go. He did them well. No friends. No friends again. They haven't gone great though. Bit of work to do. Just looking. Probably reds for me. Just because there's a bit more control on them down the bottom end. Yellows really aren't great. I think you probably have to pop the one over the top right hand bag first, just to make sure that you get the set. He's potting the one over the middle, which is basically the same. I just don't like because he's running into the one at the top. I think I'd sooner just play that one at the top and just make sure that I'm on them. So he's just running away there. He's okay. He's okay, but what will John want to do here? So does he want to go for these and miss, and sort of leave himself 7 against 2, 7 against 1, or is he just going to dink this one over the hole and say to Wayne, if you want to go, you go? I think that's what I would choose to do here, because I don't think these reds are great. They're okay, but they're not great. And you sort of feel like he's won the first one. Does he want to be just giving this one back by going for a finish that isn't there? It's not really John's style either, to be honest. So he's on the plant, but that's about it. Not ideal. See, I think my way was right there. Just cover that top bag and just let Wayne have a go. He's gonna do it now, but he's now one ball less. So you've got marginally less control than you had before. Played a good shot. I mean, Wayne should be finding the gap here between the red and black and targeting those 3 yellows at the top hard. Just don't even be touching these balls down here. Unless you can push this onto the red. Yeah. It's not bad because he's put one more ball in the mix of those of that little difficult cluster that John's got at the bottom with those two balls. You know, John won't want to be leaving some kind of turnover shot here where Wayne can just take control of the frame either. I think I'm contemplating here just getting that bad red out that's in between those yellows. Coming off the side rail and knocking the yellow onto the bottom rail. Is he going here? Going for the middle bag and trying to split? Played a good shot. What's your look like? It's definitely not touching. I can see it's not touching. Oh, it could be. My eyes are so bad. Right, options then now, guys. What are you thinking here? What you want to play here? You know, you just feel like every ball that John pots now puts Wayne in a stronger position in the frame. Could be touching this. I think John's just going to have the ability to play away, which doesn't really help him too much. You know, maybe put this yellow on the side rail. I think if I'm Wayne now, I'm playing off those two yellows on the right hand side. I'm clipping off them with loads of left hand side. Although saying that now, you don't want to open that red up in any way. Yeah, I think Wayne's in a strong position in the frame. He doesn't need to be pushing this frame. He needs to let John make a mistake. Yeah, he's played a... It's okay. It's not good. It's okay. He's opened the ball up though, so that's a good thing for him. Wayne's got to... Sorry, John's got to be really careful here because Wayne will be looking to play the yellow that's at the bottom onto that red at some point. John can't afford to leave him down this side of the table, down the left-hand side of the table. I think he might have to go attacking here, you know. I feel like Wayne's 2 shots ahead in the safety battle here. And every shot that Wayne plays, he should be getting one of these balls out. That I don't know if John's played that shot, but it's a clever shot. If he's played that, it's a clever shot because moving this yellow away from the bottom of the bag here now gives Wayne no option to play that loss of turn shot because he's got no ball down here to play it. If Wayne can do here, he should be looking to maybe get a ball back down here so he can pot this one in the middle, then play the one that he's now closest to past and put him in behind that yellow. Yeah. See these lessons that I give him. He's learning little bits off me all the time. Yeah, I think if he's got the snooker here, Wayne's going to be in a really good position because he's going to play the loss of turn, yellow onto red, and really puts yellow as then strong favourites in this frame. John must hit this red here, and ideally needs to get the white over to the right hand side of the table. Yeah, Wayne's definitely going to play this shot now. Shouldn't be looking anywhere other than yellow onto red here. That is pretty much not frame ball, but it just says to John, you have to now go. John has got to then, what you want to do is leave the white on the bottom rail as well, so he can't screw in off that red that's closest to the bag on the left hand side. So just make sure you get the pot. Yeah, it's absolutely perfect. Just such massive favourites in this frame now. I mean, all John's got now is he needs to pot the red over the left-hand bag, come through and sort of land short side of the red that he's looking at just above the other one, and then pot it and go into it and just crush your fingers and your toes and see what happens. Because the longer he goes about this frame now, the worse it could and should get for him, shot by shot. He has to go now. just allowed Wayne now to probably pot the ball, to be honest, and maybe even have a little go at these, but certainly get that, move those two Yallas that are a little bit awkward at the top. Critical there that Wayne didn't leave him that shot that I talked about by potting that ball and getting into it while he's got that one over the hole. So playing it onto the top rail there is a good shot. You know, I think what John will do now is he'll look to get two balls over this bag so he can do that shot that I've just said by potting one of them going into it and leaving one over the bag to land on. You just got to be careful here that you don't pot this ball. Be careful you don't play it too well and just pot it clean. Because if you do, that's pretty much game over. Yeah. See, Wayne now just clips off the top one of those two at the top and goes behind the other one. You know, he opens those two balls up now, which puts him in a better position. Oh no, I don't even know what he's played. He's been so fortunate that he played such a poor shot. Looked like he was trying to double it down over this bag down here. You don't need to put nothing down here. Because what you're trying to do here is now you're trying to get John play this shot, and then you want to clip off the Yali that's by the red. He's letting him put that ball over the hole now. It gives him a bit of a free go here. He can't play that shot I've just said now. And now he's got to be careful because wherever he leaves him, there's a chance that John has a chance to go into them. I think I'm playing the yellow at the top of the table and leaving the white on the left-hand side cushion. If John screws into it, then he can potentially screw into it, but he's then got to land on something where you don't want him to have the chance of playing the plant. Oh no! Yeah, he's played a good shot. quite a pressure game, this one now. You know, both of them will feel like they're in this frame, and Wayne should and would, in most occasions, be massive favourite to win this frame. You know, the advantage here is having the balls on the table. It may not seem like that for the people that don't really play too much pool, but having balls on the table is such a massive advantage. Does this red double? Wow. Okay. So he's got a shot here then for the frame, potentially. Doesn't look like it doubles, but he must do the way he's played that. Nah, it doesn't double, surely. Does it? Do you know what? It did, because he's overdone it. Now these are musts for Wayne. Just be confident now. I think I'm probably potting the one over the top. And normally you look to clear areas, but I think now I'm going down the table. I'm potting this and screwing down just because I want to move some of them balls out of the way. See, normally you do this. Normally you clear out your top and then come back down for your bottom. But I don't think these three balls at the bottom really link together very well. You know, he's got to play this shot now. He's got to find the gap with the right angle. Then he's got to pot the one past it. He's probably... I think he's just about okay. Maybe. That's why I would have come down. I would have left the one at the top. Yeah, he's played that well. He's played that well. It's just how good you want to be on this now. You could overscrew it and make sure you're not on it. Oh, he's okay. He's okay. Yeah. Yeah, big frame that. Big frame. You know, John had a chance early on. And then obviously once... I thought he'd underhit it, Chuff. That was why. Because I think obviously you're scared there of it overhitting it and going behind the red. I thought he'd underhit it and gone short, but it ended up where he was just about okay. You know, if he's half a roll less than that, that black becomes a real problem for him. Oh, Johnson off. What do these look like? So, first glance, reds if that one goes past the by the yellow. Hi, Luce. Good to have you on. I'm surprised you're watching. Normally, you don't watch these games because every time you watch, Wayne loses. So, if he loses now, I'm blaming you. Ugh, this is a bit ugly. He's got to now chop this one, queuing over into the corner. Oh, he's played that well. It's all about finding a little bit of a gap now to pot these two at the bottom. Just want to be just. Has he played that in a way that he can now nudge into the yellow? Because that'd be perfectly ideal if he could do that. Need to play with like a stroke of right hand side just to widen the angle off the potting. Yeah, he's played that. Oh, he's been unlucky there. Good news, bad news, possibly. I think he was unlucky. Really, I didn't catch it full and just be perfect. But I think he does have a shot on this. It's too tight, too narrow here. Oh, been fortunate there. He's been fortunate, but he's played a good shot as well. So just screw past this now, take the black into the middle. Yeah, it's good finish in the end. Good finish. Yeah. Be one of the first times you've ever agreed with me, Chuff. So I'll mark this one down and put it in my diary, mate. Lucy, you know you can't win a bingo if I'm not there. So I don't know why you're wasting your money. 10-3. I think this match is bordering on over. Really didn't see this coming tonight. You know, I thought this was going to be a really close game. I know Wayne, as I said at the start, beat him last time, but I really didn't expect this scoreline. You know, I expect this to be a really close game. They're both really, really good players. You know, as I said earlier, you know, John's one frame pool probably as good as anybody in Stoke. So really didn't expect this to happen like this. And I don't think either of them have played particularly well either. So I think for it to be this score, Wayne will be delighted. He gets a ball this time because the way that last frame went, definitely gets one. Yeah. So it's all about whether that yellow close, the one just below the black to the right of it, goes in that corner bag. If it does, these yellows are good because he can play that in such a way where he just nudges that black and red out the way and leaves him just perfect. Find the gap here now. Oh no, it mustn't go. It doesn't go now. That's all I can tell you. Um, Wayne just needs to hold back here now. He doesn't need to go suicidal here. Just drop this over the hole. Yeah. Look at that. You know, this is practicing with me occasionally. This, as you know, this kind of stuff does to him. Normally, there he's crash bang walloping that and just smashing balls about. I've like changed the man. John will be desperate for this to end now. You know, I think until you sort of get yourself now to 10-7, 10-8, you know this match is gone, and he'll just be desperate to be at home with his missing kids. And then plays the safety shot, so all credit to him. All credit to him. Wayne should be playing, yeah, that ball exactly. Just open all the balls up now. Say to John, off you go. Yeah, he's pushed three red safe for that shot. Yellow's just such favourites in this frame now. Even though there's less yellows on the table, I'd much sooner be yellows than reds. You know, all credit to John here because if this is me, I'm just smashing balls about at this point. You know, he's played another saved shot there. Wayne must open those two balls up at the bottom. I think they go, but you can drop off it now, leaving behind the other one. Yeah, that's fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's not good. It's okay. If I'm John here, I'm going. I'm chopping the one past the yellow into the bottom right hand corner, canning into the yellow, and just I think the reds aren't the end of the world. Then you just need to play a split at some point. He's playing a turnover shot. Yeah, he's played that well. Yeah, Neil. I think probably quite a few people on the stream, have been in this position where you're out on this. Sorry, a few of the people that are in the comments have been in this stream when you're really struggling. It's not a nice place to be. I think it's sometimes you just want to be at home, you know, wrapped up in your duvet when things aren't going for you the way they haven't gone for John tonight. He's not played particularly well, and he'll tell you that if you spoke to him now, he'd say he hasn't played well. So he's got what he deserved, but it's still not nice to see. Yeah, Wayne should just push this red onto the bottom rail now. Leave the yellow where the red is, or just smashed up the table. Same difference. So Wayne's sort of manipulating a position here where he's just putting all his yellows into open, knowing that the only real bad ball on the table at the moment is the one that John's got right at the bottom of the table on the bottom cushion. That's the worst ball on the table by a country mile. John really needs to be careful on this next shot, otherwise Wayne will 100% be going next go. Yeah, he's just going to nudge this over the well to stop Wayne's yellow going, not over the hole, but stop Wayne's yellow going. I'm not even sure that he stopped the yellow game past the red. I think it may drop in off the knuckle. The way these bags play, there's potential that just drops in off the knuckle. Wayne going to try and screw it in here. Yeah, that's gone okay. So, he still kept the yellows out in the open. I think when you're kissing into balls there's a chance that yellow goes on the top rail or on the side rail and suddenly makes these yellows a lot less appealing. Where it's gone now, it sort of gives Wayne the ability, or gives John the problem that if he doesn't play a good shot here, these it could be his last shot. Yeah, I think he's left the gap there. The only the only good news is Wayne struggles to play the one on the left because he doesn't want to leave John that difficult red that I talked about earlier. I think if you play anything here, you sort of play off the right hand side of the yellow. Oh, he's played a good shot. Yeah, he's enough. He's enough. He's been unlucky there. These reds are all on now. The only advantage Wayne had, I'm not playing this ball now. If I'm John, I'm putting the white on the side rail, potting the red into the middle, and sort of tracking down to this angle where the white is now. Because Wayne putting that yellow over that bag now has given John a bad ball on the right hand side. I need a circle to draw it for you. But the one that's furthest to the right hand side is his ball here. Unless he can play this off the yellow. Ah, okay. Oh, he's been unlucky. He's been unlucky there. He's played a good shot. So Wayne needs to put the white next to the red, closest to the pink spot, pot the yellow, go through the gap, get up to that top one, and then literally the balls are gone. He has no choice but to play that. If you can, you need to play closer. Just put it, as close as you can, as straight as you can. I don't like putting that much angle on it. I feel like he's going into the black here, which, unless he misses the black and he's catching it thin. Okay, he was fine. I didn't know he got that angle. Just missed the red now. I think naturally he misses the red. Loads of left hand side, and just get the wide down here somewhere. Oh, not loving this. Not loving this. No, didn't love it. I think these are gone now. I just think Wayne went the wrong way about that. I think my shot was right, stun up through the gap, get straighter on it so you could control the next shot. He just sort of potted it and found himself in a position instead of trying to target an area. Yeah, I think these reds are gone here. Not much work for John to do. Should take the one into the right middle, one into the left middle, up to the top. Drop that, track down straight for the one in the bottom right, and then literally you can then screw it back a couple of inches and the reds are done. Never missed a ball from in this seat, guys, though, so I will be playing my game on Sunday, so you'll probably see a lot more misses at that point than you've seen from me tonight on this stream. I don't love that. I just want to be getting rid of those two balls at the top. For me, the black's down here. It's not ideal, the black, but the one that's at the bottom on the left hand side, that's the one for the black. If you can get straight enough on it, you just pot it and take the black straight. But now you've got to play a shot, because it was always easy to do that off that ball he's just played. Now he's got to play one here. He may be okay. He may be able to take the red into the other corner and take the black into the middle. So it's not horrendous, but this game is all about just making things as easy as possible. I don't think that's what this finish has sort of done there. I feel like it was a much better route than the one that he took. You should be fine here. Just drop this in dead weight. You'll sort of track down towards the natural potting angle for that next red. Because the black's not ideal. It's okay, but it's not ideal. He might be screwing this out. Just be careful he doesn't overscrew this. Oh, see. He's on it. You probably just have to take your medicine here. Just make sure you get the pot. Just don't miss the pot. And whatever happens then happens. I think you're 100% hitting one of those yellows at the bottom, I think. And if you don't hit one of those yellows, you're in all kinds of trouble because you're not on the black. Oh, he's played that really well. Played that so well. So, looking like 10-4, John's break. Yeah, took them out well. Took them out well there. So 10-4, John's break. I think when you're chasing a lead like what Wayne had over John here, the critical point really is to try and keep them on 9. I think once you put them on 10, it's so difficult from there, because every shot is potentially a last shot at that point. Where if you can keep them on 9, you sort of feel like they've got to win a couple. If you make a mistake, you're still in the match. Whereas now, a big mistake is the end of the game here. So if you're ever chasing a big lead, that is really what you should be looking to do. Try and keep them at least 2 away from the finish line. Once they're 1 away, it just puts so much pressure on you on every shot that you play. John would just be looking to let his arm go here. We're going to see a ball off the break. Yeah, got a ball. What did it look like? Okay, so yellows are okay. Can he chop that yellow in first and land on the ball? If not, he may even go reds. No, I think it has to be. Neither of them are great. I think both sets are okay. The red at the bottom, similar to where that red was in the last frame that we talked about, is probably the most awkward ball on the table. It looks like John might be going reds here. Maybe that yellow doesn't chop that he's closest to. Yeah, I think he's nudged that far enough so he can now goes past the yellow. But there's still work to do in this frame. I mean, yellows aren't great, so it's always a bit of a saving grace when they aren't all over the holes for the other person. Evening, Andy. You'll be happy to know I've not missed a ball from this commentary box, mate. Not quite as good as you yet, but getting there. Yeah, I think the game itself, mate. John's John sort of missed a few chances early on. It was 8-2 at the break, and then they sort of come out and shared a couple of frames, shared 2 frames each out of the 4 that have been played. Didn't manage to keep way on 9 for long enough. I think it's a long road back from here, but all you can do is win 1 frame at a time, and that's what John will be aiming to do. And all credit to him. That last frame there, it was a bit of a tactical frame, and he's played plenty of safety shots that he needed to play. It's so difficult to do that at 10-3 down. You really just want to be at home. So yeah, I think he has to take this one. He probably just needs to cannon into the red now off the side rail. Check this up and oh, he's missed it. Okay, so this goes a little bit awkward now because he's now got to play the red, I think, off the yellow. I don't think it goes naturally. Just look on the overhead. It's the most deceiving camera in the world. I don't think it goes natural. I think he has to play it off the yellow. But there's still work to do because that red that we talked about earlier, the one on the bottom rail, is still awkward. You haven't got a natural ball to get on that either. Especially once you're potting balls off balls, you sort of take away some of the natural angles that you would have if you were just potting a ball clean. He might go down here. Yeah, I was just gonna say. Ugh. Okay, so it's not ideal. I think he's got to pump this in and screw it back, and then take the red into the middle. Critical here to be short of the straight, because if you end up over the straight here, then you're in all kinds of trouble. You want to be as close you can be to that red at the top if you are going to play it off that yellow. Yeah, see, it's better to be short there than too far. Too far you get nothing for too far. He's got a couple of big shots coming up now for John. I think the best he can do here is drop this in dead weight. Leaves you sort of a half ball red off the yellow. The only good thing is you can play it in a way where you can screw down with a bit of right hand side. Oh, this is horrible. It's the kind of shot John will get, but it's horrible. You know, you just got to commit fully to this now. I probably, I'm probably the worst player. I'm still looking at this shot thinking it's impossible because I'm the worst player in the world at playing these. You're just going to get down and pot this clean. Is he just going to make me look like a fool? He sees it too hard and then over straightened it. He's going to feel like the world's against him there to have gone off. Wayne's got an absolute free go at this now. He can literally put the white sort of just to the left of where the blue spot will be, right in the middle of the table, take the one up to the top left, come across knowing you're not leaving anything. No, he's playing the wrong ball here. He's playing the wrong ball. He's going to try and move it next, but I think you get a free go there at playing that one up the rail. You've got to be careful here not to going off. See, I think he's had a result there because he can now play this in a way where he can just stun it dead and leave John snookered on the red and still be on all three balls. Oh, he's cued that really well. Okay, so now it's just a choice of how you want to go about these last few balls. He's going to be taking the one over the bottom right. Let's drop it out for the one into the middle next. He's hit that quite hard. That is bordering on perfect. He now just needs to screw back past the straight onto the yellow in the middle so he can run it through for the black. All this while John's red is just sitting dead on that top rail. You know, you want to be sort of like on the black spot here. Oh, he's over at it. He's over at it. So, what do you do here? Do you just take it long and take the chop on the black? Oh, that's pulled away. It was never in, but it pulled away. I mean, John will be clipping off the right-hand side this red here now and just leaving Wayne tucked up to his yellow. Just got to be careful you don't leave Wayne the opportunity to just tuck in behind the yellow. First chance come and gone for Wayne there to win the match. Are we going to be talking about this in 3 or 4 frames time? You know, as possibly a pivotal moment in the match, because Wayne would have once he'd potted those few good balls there, we'd have fancied definitely getting those. Okay, so two options here. You either clip off the left hand side and sort of try and get the snooker, or you clip off the right hand side and try and put Wayne close to it. I don't know where that ball's touching. I know a few people have had a look at it, but if it's not touching, you got to be really careful you don't get a double kiss here. He did get the double kiss. Wayne just clips off this thin now and puts the white down on the bottom rail. There's not a massive amount of value, but you're not really going to leave John anything too nice. Oh, he's could be an off here. Oh, he's okay. Yeah, it's not a bad shot, that, because you don't really want to leave that yellow dead. You want it out in the middle of the table. This is horrible for John to, you know, even if he makes the pot, you then still got a difficult black. So, but in this pot itself is, you know, probably a 3 and 10. Always tend to catch these thick. Oh, he's cued that like a dream. No, it's tough on Yomi. It's tough. I mean, I do love the sound of my own voice, so it's even been tough for me. He's going to play the snooker. Yeah, that's probably the right shot. I mean, I can't play the snooker there. I have to play the double, but credit to him. You know, Wayne must hit this ball now. If he hits the ball, there's a good chance he's not going to leave him on the black. He has hit it. And hit the black. Hit everything. Okay, so looking like John now to go 10-5. He's got a long black. Won't be loving life at the moment with this black, to be honest, but we'll see how he goes. Yeah. I said earlier, you know, John is a good single ball potter. You know, he's those blacks, those difficult pressure balls. You always fancy like he's going to get them. Maybe not tonight so much, but in general. At 10-5 up here, you feel Wayne will feel completely comfortable, but at 10-7, 10-8, he certainly won't feel half as comfortable. So he'll be looking to close this match out in the next 2 frames, I would say, before he gets to any of those uncomfortable score lines. I'm calling dry break here just because of the way that frame went. So far, I've managed to get quite a few of these right. I think this will be another one of them. You know, momentum's such a massive thing in pool as well. So if John can get a couple of frames, in fact, it might be John's break actually. Should Oh no, it's 10-5. Sorry, you just put score. Yeah, it says Wayne's break. Momentum's such a massive thing in pool. So obviously if he can get a couple of frames in, he'll be, John will be thinking that, hold up, this is still on for me here. And as I said, all credit to John. It's so easy to chuck the towel in at 10-3 down, I think it was. So easy to chuck the towel in there. Shows the true, credit of him of being able to do that and stick in the match. Dry break. Pool gods, it's real. Okay, so Reds are good. Reds are good. I'm not. I'm not looking to play as plant first ball. I think Reds are so much better than Yellows. He should just be looking to get on them. That red goes in a couple of bags. You don't need to worry too much about it. Just make sure that you get Reds. Yeah, that's what he's doing. I mean, Yellows aren't horrendous, but Reds are just massively the stronger colour set. Oh, he hasn't queued that very well. So now he's got it. I think he's on the one over the middle, actually. He can just drop this in dead weight and leave him on the other one into the other corner. The only real transition he's got to do is from his last ball down to the one over the bottom right hand pocket. But there's not too much difficulty in that because he's got such a massive gap down the left hand side of the table. Okay, so he may have to take the one over the right hand corner next, which isn't a bad thing because it naturally helps you with the getting onto the black. You don't really want to ideally leave this one till last. It's not bad to get onto the black from, but obviously those ones at the top, you've got so much option from them. Okay, so bit of work to do. Little bit of work to do. He's got to, make sure he gets a decent angle on the last red because his last red now is going to be the one that's probably next to the yellow. I mean, he could take it now, but I don't really know if he'll want to risk that. I think he'd be more happy just to pot the one in the middle, run through a couple of inches. Yeah, that's what he's planning on doing. So there is danger in this. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a better way. It's a much better way to do that. Again, not ideal. He needs to be above the straight potting angle again. Doesn't want to be short because there's no value in being short here. It's way better to be too far here than not far enough. I've said this a couple of times. Yeah, I think that's just about okay. I think you can now pot this and sort of like target going between just edging past the yellow on the blue spot, leaving him for the black into the bottom left hand corner. Or he might screw through the gap. Not loving that. Not loving that. Not loving that. Oh, he's okay. He's okay. Just, danger of that going wrong there. Yeah, it's a good finish in the end. It's a good finish. Like I say, once Wayne breaks dry there, the way the frame went before, that was always going to be a finish for John. 10-6. Not going to say game on, but 10-6. Yeah, I think the problem was, mate, he wasn't playing like Malin for the first 10 frames. That's the problem. He was playing more like Whitfield for the first 10 frames, mate. So okay, so John will be desperate for a ball here. You know, in his head now, he's just thinking, just keep him there, keep him on 10, keep him on 10. Think he's dry. Think he's dry. So Wayne's possible second chance in the match to win it. We have a look. Probably Reds, but neither of them are great. I just think with Reds you've got a bit more manoeuvrability to be able to, look at that cluster in the middle. He's got balls close to it. Probably his bad red then becomes the one on the left hand side of the table, but sort of feel on these tables that you can cue that down the rail, and not be too worried about it. Yeah. I think now you've played that shot, just put this one over the hole. Just put this one over the bottom hole and say to John, off you go. Those yellows are really not ideal. That one on the right hand side is bordering on horrible. Just put this over the bottom corner and just let him go. If it goes, so be it, you just go yourself. Yeah, it's a good shot. Okay, so it's all about now what kind of angle he gets to be able to go into that little split. He needs to get straight enough on this one now. So he's going to pop the one at the top. He needs to be straight enough on the right-hand ball of the two that are together so he can screw back an inch and just play the one in the middle and cannon into the black and red. Needs to check this one up. Oh, no, he's over it there. Oh, is he on it? If he's on that, that's a great shot. I don't know if he is, but... Oh, do you know what? That's close. You might well turn this over with a little bit of right-hand side. Left-hand side, sorry. No, he's not on it, obviously. Oh, that one went. Wow. This angle is so deceiving on this camera. So if he's not straight enough on this to be able to hold for the one in the middle, he'll be looking to punch it in and go into the black because he'll leave himself on the red into the top if he catches it full in the face or even the middle. So it all depends on what angle he's got here on this one. Yeah, he's played that shot, I said. Okay, John. This is your Martine, mate, your moment. Yeah, just going to keep the pressure on Wayne here now, make him win this match. Okay, so I think he can get through to this. I thought he might have been snookered there. Oh, he's got it. Thought he'd missed that. Oh, I don't really know what he's played there, to be honest. I don't know if he was trying to pot it thinner and check through the gap. I'm not exactly entirely sure. Or whether he was trying to hold for the one in the top. But he's going to play a similar shot to the one he played before. And just try and dink Wayne in behind the yellow. He's played a okay shot, I think. I don't know if Wayne can see the edge of this to be able to chop it in the corner. No, obviously not. Just going to say he's got to be careful and not find the gap. He's just got down and played it. Oh, he's had a result there. He's had a result. Doesn't look like it, but John could have played the one in the bottom left here, bottom right, screwed into the one over the hole and been on that one into the top left-hand corner. But now he's not because Wayne's just put that yellow there. I mean, he still probably has to play this shot. Oh, so big moment now. He's got a big chop into the top left hand bag, knowing if you don't get it, it's the end of the match. You know, you'd expect John to pot this ball, but there's pressure on every shot now. A bit similar to what we talked about earlier. You know, the longer you can keep them on that 9 is massive. Here we go. Oh, he's not played it. He might have left this. No, do you know what? He's been okay. It's okay. I mean, Wayne can just clip off the top one and just sort of put the white, you know, down by where the black spot is. He might be playing the plant. He has. He's played the plant. What a great shot that is. What a great shot. Now this is all about pace control. Just got to drop it in, pretty much dead weight. Oh, he's hit that massively hard. I mean, better to be too much than not enough. You know, that's what I would say. But he's now left himself one of these little tweaky ones again. He missed one of these similar to this earlier. His pot's a good one, but he's just fighting hard here to get this finish. You know, it's another moment of the match where you get a chance to go over the line here. You know, we wouldn't want to be on the cushion. Oh, he's cued that well. Yeah, good game. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Next game I think is now on Saturday. So please tune into that. There's about 3 games left to play now. Between Cat 1 and Cat 2. Yeah, you did, Paul. Well done, mate. Okay, right, guys. Thanks, everyone. Speak to you all soon. Have a good day. Well done, Wayne. Unlucky, John. Thanks all. See you on the next one.